Hello all, this is one of those kind of one-stop shop videos to cover a question I get asked fairly frequently. So we're going to put it under the title of Specialist Vans on a CX. Now from time to time on a Sunday Q&A we'll get questions: are there many jobs for fridge vans on the CX? Are there many kind of jobs for car transporters on the CX? Are there many jobs for, I've written some of these down, flatbeds on the CX? Hiabs, Mountie Moffet. I didn't even know what Mountie Moffet was when I started. It's one of them fork truck things that sits in the back of the truck. Drop side vans. The truth, well, I say that all the time, truth of the matter, it's one of my phrases. I've noticed that watching my own videos. It's very sad, isn't it? The thing is, there are jobs for all of these vans, but the jobs are not the main jobs. So if you've got ADR, a job will ping up. If you've got a drop side, a job will ping up. And if it pings up and you're the right guy in the right area, the chances are you're going to get very good money for it. Apparently someone told me that it's almost worth buying a fridge van around October, because the amount of jobs that need doing, moving gear in a fridge van between October and December in fridge van, you'll pay for the van. You buy it outright. Obviously not a new one. The problem is, these don't really occur on the CX. On the CX, I would say jobs for specialist vehicles are 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 20, and that's for a specialist vehicle. So at any one stage, they'll want a long wheelbase, or they'll want a Luton, or they'll want a tail, or they'll want a curtain side. And of those 20 jobs, one of them will be for a specialist vehicle. Chances are probably a flatbed, but it might require, or a fridge. They're probably the two that come up the most. You've got probably a 1 in 50 chance of being a car transporter. ADR might be 1 in 20. But the other thing you've got is, if you've got a specialist vehicle, you massively decrease your chances of getting a job back. So say, for example, fridge van needs to take from Luton down to Portsmouth. Drive down to Portsmouth in your fridge van. Get down to Portsmouth. Any jobs coming back for a fridge van? No. Now, if you can turn your fridge van then into a normal van, turn the fridge off, put some pallets in the back, drive it back to where you're going, you're on a winner. Because, you know, I don't even know if you can do that. I've never run a fridge. If you've got a Mountie Moffet on the back, if you've got a fork truck on the back of yours, and the next job needs to be taken off by tail, if you can go, don't worry, I've got a fork truck. If it needs to be backed on a bay, you're going to go, yeah, I can do it, but I've got to find someone to park the fork truck first. It gets complicated. So I think the thing is, if you've got a specialist vehicle, the chances are, if you think, I've got a specialist vehicle, I'm thinking of joining the CX, because that way when I get to where I'm going, I might pick up a job coming back, I would say it's probably not the right thing to do. Because the amount of times you'll just look at it and there's nothing, and you'll look at it and there's nothing, and then you'll get frustrated. You might get the odd one, and if you get the odd one, that one might be enough to pay for your CX membership for 3 months. But if you're joining with a specialist vehicle, I would say the best way to do the specialist vehicle is probably word of mouth. Probably you've got a specialist vehicle because you're working for someone in particular, and hopefully I would try to get word out other ways. But so there are jobs for specialist vehicle. The odd job comes up for a motorbike. You know, presumably that's an envelope that has to go into the city super quick. We need someone can beat the traffic, but they are few and far between. If you want to join the CX and you want to make dough and you want to do it, you know, sort of get regular jobs, you're better off buying any generic van from, I mean, I always recommend Luton curtain tail lift, as you all know, but any van you've got, get started, get cracking, get involved, and work it out from that point onwards. So, yeah, that's just my take on it. I'm sure you'll have comments, and we're sure we'll read them out on a Sunday. And in the meantime, take care, take money.